Hi, I am Miss Joni Richard. I teach high school science at Homa Christian. I teach 10th, 11th, and Bio 2 science, so biology, chemistry, and biology 2. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and then about the classes that I teach. So I'm from Pineville, Louisiana. It's about 3 hours north of here near Alexandria. I have a degree in biology with a minor in chemistry from Louisiana College. It's also located in Pineville. It's my fourth year teaching at Homa Christian, and I love it. I wouldn't want to teach any other place. And I have a dog named Chandler Bing. He's a poodle terrier mix, and he's so cute. And the best way to contact me is through email. And I listed my email there for you. It's Joni_Richard at homachristianschool.com. Just like all the other teachers, that's the best way to get in touch with me and contact me. So like I said, I teach biology 1, which is 10A and 10B, chemistry, which is 11A and 11B, and biology 2, which is seniors. And I actually have a few juniors in that class this year. So when the students come into class, we normally have Bellwork on the board, or they have an ACT packet. It's there for them to answer. It either goes along with what we are learning, so our different themes, or it is an ACT packet to help them with their ACT scores. So I just gave you some examples there. Something for them to think about, or maybe it has to do with whatever we're about to learn. Maybe it's the new chapter, like what is biology? That was one of the first ones we had. And to see if they could name anything about it and what it means to them. Or for chemistry, if we just learned about density, which we are currently learning about density, they would have to solve a density problem just to kind of reinforce what we had learned in the previous class. And for Bio 2, it's something that they have learned, the 3 types of muscles, and an example of where they are found. So just going to get them thinking and get them going, give them something to do right when they get in. And then we get into our lesson after we go over it. I do collect the bell work for all classes at the end of each 9 weeks, and that is a little grade for them. So they do have to keep up with them. If they're ACT packets, they keep up with them, they answer them, they find their answers in the ACT packet, and they turn those in for points. And it helps them learn where to look in the ACT like science passages and where to find those answers for them. So for biology, this is our 10th grade science. Our major grades for this class are tests. So far we've had our chapter 1 test. Right now we're learning chapter 2, which is about macromolecules, carbs, lipids, nucleic acids. So those are our major grades for this 9 weeks. Our minor grades, we have Latin quizzes. We are learning Latin this year, which helps them to break apart words, especially in science. Science words are very Latin-based. It'll also help them with vocabulary from here on out in any of the other classes. So we have Latin quizzes every couple of weeks. We'll have some vocabulary quizzes with our words for each chapter, and we keep our bell work for a grade. Our projects for this 9 weeks are going to be our labs and our lab reports. We'll be doing a lab demo soon here with eggs, so they'll have that for osmosis and diffusion. It's really cool. And towards the end of the year, we do a dissection with fetal pigs, and it helps them to understand the structures and functions of organs and organ systems. So that's something cool to look forward to. That is at the end of, closer to the end of the school year. So for chemistry, this is for my 11th graders. The major grades are chapter test, chapter 1 and 2 this 9 weeks. Right now we are learning about significant figures, and there's a significant figure song that we listen to so many times that they just love it over and over again. It always gets stuck in my head. So significant figures, density, analyzing data, that is what we're learning right now for chapter 2. Our minor grades, we just had an element quiz, homework grades, and we have lab reports. They just did one on airplanes and paper airplanes, and their lab report for that. Those are getting graded, and those will be put in soon. Our project, another project we'll have is an element poster. They're going to be making a wanted poster for an element and telling me all the facts about these certain elements, and they'll get that information in the next few days, and that'll be due before the end of the 9 weeks. And then the different labs that we do. For biology 2, which is my seniors and 2 of my juniors, the major grades are chapter tests. We also call them modules. So far we've had our introduction test, and right now we just finished learning about the skin. the integumentary system, and our test on that is coming up. So we'll have that test, and then we'll move into the skeletal system, which is really cool. They get to learn all about the different bones of the body and what they're made of, and they get to learn a good number of the bones, not all of them, but a good number. Our minor grades, here we are learning Latin because the terms in science are very Latin based. I like to teach them Latin so they can break apart the words and they can understand vocabulary even later in life. They'll use it to break down words. We'll also have some labeling quizzes that'll be for our skeletal system. They will label some different bones. The project that they just completed and actually turned in today is a 3D model of the skin. So I'm sure you guys got to see that and experience that with them. It was a really cool one. It's hands-on. They get to see it, and it helps them understand what is in each layer of the skin. And we do some labs. We'll be doing some skeletal labs as well. The major thing for biology too is towards the end of the year we do dissections, and we dissect a combination of cow and sheep organs, and it's for them to understand the structures and functions of the organs and organ systems that we have learned about. So that is later on in the school year for them to learn. I do have a Wix website. It's connected to the school website. When the students, sometimes they're having issues with Google Classroom accessing the notes. So when they ask for it, I'll put the notes on there. Right now, I've been using Google Classroom a lot more. So if there's something that you need posted or you would like to see more of, you can send me an email and I can post it on my Wix website because you can parents can access this. You can't access the Google Classroom because you're not a student in the class. I post important information. I think the syllabus and the lab safety is on there as well. And you can also contact me through the Wix website. It sends me an email. But again, email is the quickest way. I do use the Remind app, but I only send messages out on the Remind app. I don't have it set up to where the students can message me. I'd rather do that through email. But this is an important thing for them to have because I can let them know the test is moved, or I'll send a reminder to bring something or something is due soon. So these are the Remind app codes for my different classes. They are also listed on my Wix website in case they are needed. And also the Google Classroom codes. All the students, I believe, are in the Google Classroom at this point, but these are the Google Classroom codes for them to join and make sure they are getting the information that is posted for them. I've been posting the notes in the Google Classroom, and then I can send a reminder to make sure they do print the notes. Sometimes I'll print them for them, but they can find them in the Google Classroom in order to print those notes. And again, I have my contact information here. My email is the quickest way to get to me. It's Joni_Richard@homewoodchristianschool.com. Or you can contact me through my Wix website. It does send me an email, but it all just reverts back to the email. I have it on my phone. I can check it pretty quickly, until certain times at night. But I will respond as soon as I do see the emails. Please feel free to contact me with any questions. This school year has been interesting, but it has been great. I'm so happy to be back in the classrooms with your students. It is such a joy to teach them, and I hope we just have a great school year. Again, let me know if you have any questions.